We got it. Okay, so very good. Let's start another week of meditation. This week, as I've been saying from the beginning, the idea is that we're gonna go slowly through some of the meditations, what we call of the Lam Rim, or the path to enlightenment. So they are meditations that they're gonna kind of like get us an understanding and an idea of what we need to um, learn and focus on ourselves in order to transform our mind. That's pretty much what it is. So, what we're going to try to do, as we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, is continue. That's a good word because we're going to meditate today on the mind, and we want to try to get a little bit more of the idea of continuity of the mind. That the mind is a continuity and not this sense and feeling that we have that we are one stuck firm concrete here and now and we don't change and I'm like this but I always been like this type of mentality that we have. So we are trying to counteract, we are trying to see from different points of view so we can make this very concrete idea of ourselves being so not changing and permanent and independent, for that to start to slowly fade away, because that's a big hindrance for happiness and it's a big hindrance for our peace of mind. So that's what we're going to try to do. Okay, so we're going to do a meditation this week on what I call the continuity of the mind. It's not to try to sell you the idea that there is reincarnation and then there is, like a rebirth and all of that. Not like that. It's for you to check if that how it works, how it would be, and if it is true. So from your own experience, you can have that, right? So you come up with that. You come up with that suggestion that, oh, maybe there is a continuity. So that is the idea. Not because there is this blah, 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 parrot like monk here saying that there is rebirth, and then you just say, oh, okay, maybe there is, maybe there's not. No, you try to understand. So that's why meditation, it's an inner transformation. It comes from your own wisdom. That is why how it really shifts the mind, not because someone said so. Okay, so let's do it. Let's meditate. So let's try to find a comfortable posture. And wherever you're sitting, either on a chair or on the sofa or on the ground, on a cushion, just check your own body, making sure it is comfortable enough that it won't become a hindrance, but that you're not that comfortable that you want to sleep. So to help us with that, try to keep your back as straight as possible, but not tense. We check if there's any tension in our shoulders, neck. And if we want, we can try to put our tongue on the palate or the upper part of our mouth, so we don't need to worry about what to do with our saliva. And we can either completely close our eyes or slightly open them, letting some light come in, which might help if we are sleepy or tired. And now that we found a comfortable posture with our body, we can decrease the attention and awareness to the body and shift it to our state of mind. Checking how we are doing this morning or this afternoon. And we can start becoming aware of whatever mood or mental state that we are in. That we have an underlying motivation or intention for doing whatever we do. So try to become aware of your intention and motivation for being here today, now meditating. What is your goal, your aim? What do you want to achieve or get from this 30 minutes of meditation? And whatever it is that we might want or motivate ourselves to get, it is based on an idea and wish that we all share equally, to want to be happy and to want to be free from any discomfort, dissatisfaction, any suffering. But the type of happiness that we are actually trying to get from even this meditation is a little lasting type, one that doesn't go away. And for that, we need to understand our mind, because we start to understand that is a mental happiness. Objects, people, experiences, they cannot give to us this lasting happiness. So that's why we are here meditating and trying to understand a bit our mind, checking how it works, where it comes from, where does it go. And with that we become clear in what we can do with our minds and what we can do with our lives in order to achieve this lasting type of happiness. And then we can start expanding this wish for others as well to achieve this lasting happiness. So we motivate ourselves to use this time not only for our own benefit, but to try to help them as well. So we can start bringing our attention to our breath, simply becoming aware of the sensation of the air each time that we breathe in and out through our nostrils. We don't change, increase, or decrease the way we breathe. We just become aware. It's a moment that we try to not interfere, to not change actively, but simply become aware. And when we feel that this awareness got distracted, started to get engaged with some more appealing thoughts, emotions, feelings, we try to be aware that we lost our breath as a concentrating object. And with mindfulness, we remember to bring it back to the breath again and again. Now that we were able to focus and concentrate our minds a bit better, let's use this focus to try to better understand our mind and check its continuity. So maybe we can start by maybe recognizing that we are in constant flux, constant changing. Both our body and our mind, they have changed from the moment we were born, well, even before the moment of our conception, to the present state. So let's start with our bodies. Let's just maybe become aware of the change. You can try to think about a few years back. Maybe you didn't have some pain or some difficulties or some issues, or maybe you had more energy. Try to check if you can see the change in your body in the past years. And maybe you can definitely see a difference from your body now and in your, let's say, early 20s, when you were strong and had a lot of energy. And then you can go a little bit further down and think about your teenage years when your body starts to change. When you were younger and younger, you could see the evolution of your body. And we might not remember, but we know where our body came from. We know it came from the egg and the sperm of the mother and father. But then, how about the mind? Where does the mind come from? What would be your answer to that? Try to check. Maybe we can check how the mind also, like the body, is a continuity, is in constant flow and flux. So when you woke up today, Did you forget about everything that you've done until today? Have you forget who you are? There was a continuity you brought from when the moment you went to sleep, when the moment you woke up, you brought yourself memories with you. Try to check. And now try to check if you go a little bit further, a few years back. Try to observe that continuity that you were back then, but that was creating who you are now. Try to check if you can see that, observe that. And if we continue going even further, when we were, in our 20s again, making important decisions, what to study, to work, didn't it created the reality of who we are now, those decisions? Isn't that a cause and a effect relationship with them? Check if you can see that. And if we observe even before that, when we were younger, the things that we liked and enjoyed, the subjects at school, the friends we had, didn't it in some ways created an impact that we are still carrying on today? Isn't that a continuity of those moments and decisions from that time? Check if you can see that. And even when you were younger, when you were a toddler and you could not talk, or when you started talking and walking and developing yourself, expressing yourself, you already had some qualities, personality. You were different than maybe your brothers or cousins or friends. So where these characteristics came from? Did it come from your parents? Did they give to you at time of birth, at time of conception? Did it appear without any cause? Just you started in this life. So without any consequences, you became like this. Any cause. Or maybe your mind had accumulated these causes in a previous body, in a previous life, and simply brought to this new life. Check. What do you think? How do you feel about this possibility? So we can conclude that there is a flow, a flux of continuity of body and mind. And maybe we're gonna start trying to look into where they started. Is there a start, a beginning? And we can start to observe that if there is a continuity, whatever we are doing now will be the causes for our future experiences. Not only in the future, but right now. The present moment, this morning, in a way, is creating our afternoon. And afternoon is creating our evening. So with that, we're going to try to use whatever we were able to get from this meditation to try to bring awareness and try to observe this cause and effect relationship of our mental states in our lives. And by that, we can start to actively deciding what type of mental states we want to create now and in the future, so we can achieve this lasting happiness. So we dedicate that we use our day-to-day lives to do that, to try to become aware of that. Okay, and with that we can release our posture, open our eyes. Good, good sleep. So this is the idea. This meditation, sometimes people get a bit like, but actually is a very, 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 very special and important meditation. Because if we start to understand that what we did yesterday is connected with who we are today, what we did when we were younger is connected with what we are today, what we did when we were, a toddler is connected with who we are today. So then we can say maybe there is something before we were in our conception that is connected with who we are today. So if that is the same, so how is going to be in the future? What we do now is also going to be the same thing. It's just cause and effect. So that's what we need to start, so we can start really giving attention to the present moment and the present mental state we have. So that's the idea. That's what we're going to build up in the next few weeks. Okay? Thank you so, 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 so much. Have a wonderful day ahead. And I see you tomorrow evening for those that would like. Otherwise, Wednesday morning, we have meditation. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you very much, Venerable. This
Thank
is
you,
for you.
dear.
I offer you a flower. Can you see the flower? This
Yes,
is
I
my
saw.
offering.
Thank
This
you.
is from Stubble to you in America.
Oh, very good. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye,
Have a
bye,
great day.
bye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
You too.